Shall begin.
Hello there. So, since there's a lot that's going on in this run, I decided to do a live narration. And firstly, there was a major RNG check with this guy, because he has to advance enemies forward. Otherwise, Aglaea will not have enough energy later on for her ultimate. Also, our Robin uses 1-Vac and she uses Tribby's LC, which allows her to ult immediately on her first turn. And will also allow her to ult again at the end of the cycle. What we want to do now is to chip away a little bit at this guy with Aglaea, while also giving her energy for the ultimate. And after Mima spread attacks, she will have just enough. Like that. We want to mostly focus on this guy, while also chipping away at the armor. And right now we're holding RMC's ultimate, because we want for Golem to summon his minions. And it's important for the rotation in general.
Trust me, we can do anything.
So we want to leave this one stack for Aglaea to get energy and to kill it. Which is why we hit this guy. And now after killing it, RMC has enough charge to advance her immediately after, and she can again focus on the robot. Also, fun fact, since her enhanced basic counts as a joint attack, she will remove 2 stacks from the armor, not 1. Same goes for the enhanced basic on RMC. And this attack before that was why we needed the advance at the start of the cycle. So we hit with Aglaea 2 times.
Countless thus our fates become one. So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
So we want to hit this guy, because if we remove 1 stack right now, Elation Blessing can remove the last one, and no one will get the extra energy. Well, it didn't. But what we can do is, well, we actually still at least do it with RMC. We also will use Robin's ultimate immediately. This will allow her to maintain the crit damage buff from previous LC. So what we want to do now is use RMC's ultimate. We want to start with the robot again. And it will be just enough, yes. So right now we have just enough attacks to break Nikodor once before he acts, which will help us with the damage. Also, what we want to do in this cycle is to finish off his first stage with Blessing from MoC at the end of the cycle. For this we need to reduce the HP of all the statues to about 50% or less, and to reduce his own HP to about 60%. So what we will do now is hit this statue twice. This is because Aglaea does more damage to her own statue, and she can afford to hit it just with a side attack. We now use RMC ult to get advanced again at the after that. And it's about 58%. We will also remove it a little bit after that. Now we hit this statue. So will Robin get enough? Yes, she will be able to ult immediately again. Just like that. Now we can use her ultimate. And since we are using it on Aglaea's turn, she will get the buff, the attack buff of 3 turns. And now we want to hit this statue. We also want to hit this statue just to be sure. And that should be enough. Yep. So what we'll do now is wait until Mem advance Aglaea again, and then we will use RMC's ultimate. And now we want to fully kill this statue first, while also hitting the Nikador with side attacks and removing his armor. This. Yep. And now we break with Aglaea to get the energy, and now we can use RMC's ultimate. And now we can use Ho-Ho's ultimate. And we want to hit this statue. It's better to use a skill to give her more energy. And actually we want to use his skill now too.
Is that fear I sense? So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Trust me.
And right now we will not use Robin's ultimate. We will wait until his turn for him to regain his stacks so that we could break him again. We're waiting until the Memo Spray acts. Just like that. And now we can... yeah, it's better to use her skill again. And now we can use her ultimate. Actually, no. Let's do that. And now we'll use the ultimate. And now we can finally finish off and do a 1 cycle.
A day of peaceful.
A direct defense. Watch this.
Light up the dark.
So, as always with Phainon, if we want to 0 cycle with him, especially if he's at E0, we need to decide how many turns we want to use with him in the first wave. And right now we want to use 4. Usually you only need about 136 speed, I think. But all our supports are at around 160 plus, because otherwise the blue robot will act and he will deal too much damage to us. Also, both Sparkle and Ceridra are using DD, which is needed to give Phainon one last action in the second wave. So we do skill, ult, ult, ult.
Find the answer. To the defeat, your downfall is absolute.
And right now we do double meteor, 2 basics, and finish off with another meteor. There's actually a strategy with only 1 DDD, where we use 5 turns in this wave, and Kafka will advance our last turn in the second wave, saving us some action value, but you need higher damage check for that. So, usually when there are 3 targets or more, we want to use Phainon's counter, but if we advance the horses right now, when Phainon will leave his ultimate, they will kill him. So So what we do is 2 basics.
Ready?
Kafka advance, double meteor, and we wait for our last turn. And there will be the only RNG check of this run, because Kafka will need to hit Ceridra enough times to give her enough energy for her second ultimate.
Something for everybody. Not so fast.
And she did, thankfully.
Existence is of no consequence.
So we repeat the rotation.
Victory a bloody fight.
Trinity is before me. No other choice
To the
before me.
defeat, your downfall is absolute.
Future will come.
Okay, right now I believe we can kill all of them with 2 turns, but we can get us the 3rd turn if we advance both of them twice.
Zoning out. I can help. Watch your feet. Ready? Feeling a little dizzy?
And we finish off with double meteor. As you could see, I was relying a lot on the extra energy from breaking the armor, but with E1 Aglaea I believe all of this will be unnecessary and this team will be fully self-sufficient. You can consistently have 6 turns within Robin's ultimate or roughly within a cycle. And since Ho-Ho contributes to RMC's charge and helps him with his own ultimate, he will have no problems maintaining the buff most of the time. In other stages she can use her skill more often for faster energy regeneration. Also, Ho-Ho's E1 does pretty much nothing here, she is fully functional at E0. You can maybe even save on Robin's E2, since she can use her skill to maintain her ultimate. But you will want either one to help everyone achieve 180 speed. A much better investment would be into Aglaea's E1 and S1. With it you can use others at 4 cost and this team would perform even better than the one I just showcased. It will clear all normal endgame, having trouble only at some very unlucky encounters. Will it be able to clear AA Knights at 3 stars? If it can right now, it probably won't in the near future, which is okay for such a budget old team.